They have had enough, and President Cyril Ramaphosa knew drastic intervention was necessary. A special joint sitting of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces was called in September last year. Ramaphosa tasked legislators to re-look existing laws.
Government itself has launched many interventions over the past decade. All these initiatives have been well-intentioned, but they have not really, if we are to be honest with ourselves, delivered the outcomes that we had hoped for. In many respects, however, these measures have fallen short of what is needed to confront the severity of the challenges that we face. We will therefore, as our third area of intervention, be proposing a range of legal and regulatory reforms to this Parliament to strengthen the response of the state to gender-based violence. We will propose to Parliament the necessary legislative changes to ensure that all crimes against women and children do attract harsher and heavier minimum sentences.
The Criminal Matters Amendment Bill, Domestic Violence Amendment Bill, and Sexual Offences Amendment Bill are currently out for public comment.
The aim of these bills are to ensure that people who are charged with gender-based violence do not get bail easily, and those that are convicted of gender-based violence are locked away for a very long time. These bills are out for public comments. We are inviting all South Africans to make their comments. Gender-based violence needs all of us to fight it.
But with strong laws already in place, why is the country not able to get a grip on the problem?
We need to look at the causes and drivers of the levels of violence against women in the country, and to understand that we obviously have frameworks in terms of understandings of how women are treated, how women are viewed, patriarchy, structural drivers around culture. And when I talk about culture, I'm talking about a way that women are dealt with across all types of communities, religious groupings, etc. So there is a culture, and what I mean by that is an attitude towards the way that women are viewed in society, which a lot of the time is viewed in a way that they are not as important, don't have as much value, and for that reason are relatively dispensable. So implementation is a problem, but the actual causes and drivers behind violence are very deep-rooted.
In 2018, a presidential summit against gender-based violence and femicide was held. Following the summit, an interim steering committee made up of government and civil society organizations was established. This committee, located within the presidency, is responsible for the development of a national strategic plan on GBV. That plan was submitted to Cabinet last year. As public comment on the bills is awaited, a spike in gender violence during the lockdown period. During the first week, more than 2,000 calls were received. Women have difficulty accessing resources to reach out for help, and it's harder for them to leave home now.
Because our circumstances are so different, the circumstances have changed, and therefore for some people the circumstances have definitely worsened. Because of the lockdown, and it's been internationally acknowledged, and certainly acknowledged by this government and specifically by President Ramaphosa, that women are bearing the brunt of the effects of lockdown. Those women who are effectively being imprisoned together with their abusers, where they have no way of escaping. Situations where they're living literally in the same area, the same house, the same structure as someone who may be abusing them.
The Police Portfolio Committee is also concerned.
The responses that we have received and the complaints that we have received have been enormous. We've been managing those complaints. The complaints, amongst others, relate to police not being sensitive to women laying charges against them. We would like and we implore the police to be respectful and mindful of the conditions that women face when they report cases of abuse.
The committee will have a remote conference meeting on Wednesday to discuss the matter. Abra Barbia, SABC News, Parliament.